I was born as Abram in Ur of the Chaldeans, a bustling city where my family thrived among many gods. Life was comfortable, predictable. But then, everything changed. One day, God spoke to me, calling me to leave my homeland, my family, everything I knew. Go to the land I will show you, he said. No map, no clear destination, just faith. Imagine the weight of that moment, leaving behind my entire world. Yet, God promised me greatness, a nation from my lineage, a name that would echo through time, and blessings for all nations through me. So, I obeyed. I took my wife, Sarai, and my nephew Lot, and we set out into the unknown. This was the beginning of a journey that would redefine my life and the lives of countless others. As I journeyed through Canaan, I felt the weight of God's promises guiding me. Arriving in this land, I was reminded of his words, "To your offspring, I will give this land." Yet, I stood childless, and the promise felt distant. When famine struck, fear gripped me, and I sought refuge in Egypt, where I faced unexpected dangers. I told a half-truth to protect myself, but God intervened, safeguarding Sarai and reminding me of his unwavering watchfulness. Back in Canaan, God reaffirmed his promise, urging me to look around and see the land that would belong to my descendants. Each challenge deepened my faith, shaping me into a man who would trust God with everything, even the most daunting promises. As I reflect on Abraham's journey, I see a man transformed by faith and obedience. When God changed his name to Abraham, promising him to be the father of many nations, it was a pivotal moment. Despite being nearly 100, with Sarah at 90, they faced the impossible, yet Abraham obeyed. The covenant of circumcision marked their commitment to God's promise, a physical sign of their faith. Then came the miraculous birth of Isaac, a testament to God's faithfulness. But just when joy filled their hearts, God tested Abraham's faith to the core, asking him to sacrifice Isaac. Imagine the turmoil. Yet, without hesitation, Abraham prepared to obey. In that moment of ultimate trust, God intervened, providing a ram instead. Abraham's unwavering faith, even in the face of unimaginable trials, shows us the depth of true obedience to God. His story is a powerful reminder that faith often requires us to trust beyond our understanding. As I reflect on Abraham's life, I see a man whose unwavering faith shaped the course of history. He was entrusted with a divine promise, the land of Canaan and countless descendants. When it came time to secure a future for his son Isaac, Abraham sent his servant Eliezer to find a wife from his homeland, ensuring the covenant would endure. This led to the union of Isaac and Rebekah, and the birth of Jacob, chosen to carry forward God's promises. Even in his final years, Abraham's legacy was solidified. He remarried Keturah, but it was Isaac, the child of promise, who would inherit the covenant. At 175, Abraham passed away, leaving behind a profound testament of faith. His burial in the cave of Machpelah marked the beginning of a great nation. God's promise continued through Isaac and Jacob, reaffirming that all peoples would be blessed through Abraham's lineage. His life is a powerful reminder of trust and obedience to God, echoing through generations.
Abraham's life is a powerful testament to unwavering faith and divine promise. Imagine being called to leave everything behind, trusting in a God who promised you descendants as numerous as the stars, even when you're childless and old. That was Abraham's reality. His name was changed to Abraham, the father of many nations, a title that seemed impossible at first. Yet, through his son Isaac, that promise began to unfold. Abraham lived as a stranger in the land God promised, always looking forward to a city built by God. His faith didn't just shape Israel, it laid the groundwork for all humanity. Even after his death, the legacy of his trust in God continued through generations, culminating in Jesus Christ, the ultimate fulfillment of God's promise. Abraham teaches us that faith is not just about believing in the possible, it's about trusting God when the path is unclear. His story inspires us to walk in faith, knowing that God's promises are eternal and true for all generations.